You are most welcome to our lesson. Today we are looking at the LCM and HCF. LCM means lowest common multiple. Lowest common multiple. We saw what a multiple is in our previous video. Otherwise, a multiple of a number is that number you obtain when you multiply a given number by another natural number. So, we can have multiples of two or more numbers and then determine which one is the lowest common multiple of the two or more numbers. For instance, we may have 6 and 8. We can get the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 by either listing the multiples of 6 and 8, then after listing we determine which one is lowest common, or we can find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 using the ladder method. We shall use the ladder method whereby we have 6 and 8. We shall reduce or decompose or break down these two figures by their prime factors. That is to say, by 2 we have 3, 4. Still by 2 we have 3, 2. Because 3 cannot be divided by 2, that's why we maintain 3. Then still by 2 we have 3, 1. And by 3 we have 1, 1. So after breaking down 6 and 8, the LCM is got by the product of the divisors. Therefore, the LCM is given by 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which gives us 4 times 6, which is 24. And the LCM of 6 and 8 is 24. Let us look at how we find HCF. HCF can also be termed to as GCF or GCD. HCF means highest common factor or greatest common factor or greatest common divisor, because we know that factors are divisors of a particular number. So how do we get the highest common factor? Still, we can use the two methods. For instance, if we have 12 and 15, or we can have 12 and 8. If we are supposed to find the highest common factor of 12 and 8, we can either list the factors of 12 and the factors of 8. That is to say, factors of 12 are those numbers that completely or exactly divide 12. That is to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Then we also list the factors of 8, which are 1, 2, 4, and 8. So after listing the factors of the two numbers, we now choose the highest common factor. Probably that is a 4. And therefore, HCF of 8 and 12 equals to 4. That is one method. Or we can also use the ladder method where we have 12 and 8. But when using the ladder method, please take note, for HCF, we are only using common factors that can divide 12 and 8 at the same time and leave no remainder. That is to say, we have a 2. A 2 divides both to give us 6 and 4. Still we have a 2 which reduces 6 to 3, 4 to 2. We have no other factor that can reduce 3 and 2. Therefore, we stop there. And our HCF will be 2 times 2, which is a 4. So you can either use this or that. However, I would encourage that you use this, because this one is time consuming and also needs a lot of space. We also have another way how we can get the HCF. That is after prime decomposing the two numbers. Let us look at that. We can prime decompose 12 by 2, 6, by 2, 3, by 3, 1, then 8, by 2, 4, by 2, 2, by 2, 1. So we circle the common factors. We have a 2 and a 2. We have a 2 and a 2. So we have 2 pairs of common factors. Therefore, the HCF will be the first pair times the second pair, giving us a 4. So those are the 3 methods of how we get the HCF. That has been today's lesson. Have a good day.